name is Alma Jordan and I am the founder of Agri and welcome to our farm here in Julianstown in County Meath. Agri is a farm safety educational platform specifically for children. My ethos is to engage, to educate, but to empower our children to become our farm safety ambassadors. Agri started off by writing a series of storybooks for children and sort of grew very organically into providing tools, resources and learning aids for teachers to use in classrooms. Farm safety is actually on our national school curriculum under SPHE, so Agri works alongside communities and teachers in helping them deliver programs, in doing workshops and also engaging and helping children to take the message from a classroom setting and bringing it home. In 2020, not a very appropriate time, but Agri invested in the upgrading of a farm safety roadshow. So we actually have a dedicated mobile unit which travels all around the country to different shows. I suppose my aim with the farm safety roadshow was to create a very dedicated and consistent approach to farm safety learning, something that would showcase all the resources that we have, from the games, the apps, to the activity sheets, to the workbooks. So it could be really, I suppose, a one-stop shop for all children on the topic of farm safety, from as young as 2 and 3 years old all the way up to pre-teen, and even 13 and 14-year-olds get a bit of a kick out of the farm safety roadshow, especially when I bring out the virtual reality. Summertime is, on our farm specifically here in County Meath, is a very exciting time, and it is also the time where I suppose we are more adamant when it comes to safety, because a lot of the times we may have children coming to our home on sleepovers and play dates, and they think the farm is the most amazing, incredible place, and it really is quite a lure for children. So we use it as an opportunity to remind our own children that this is actually a workplace. It is not a playground. So to obviously emphasise the fact that if the farm is going to be busy, it's a no-go zone. If they do want to go down and visit the farm, well then they're going to go down with an adult. I am not an advocate for keeping our children off the farm. It's an incredible place to learn. They're going to learn about animals, they're going to learn about science, they're going to learn about business, maths. But they also need to appreciate the fact that they're coming into the most hazardous of workplaces. So it's really about making sure that we're exposing them to jobs that are age appropriate, and that's within their ability and their competency levels. For us, we find that when we have animals, they always need to be fed. There's always a yard that needs to be swept, a shed that needs to be mucked out. There's always work that needs to be done with the animals. When they get that little bit older, hitting 14, 15 and upwards, well then we can expose them to the life of driving and handling farm machinery. At 14, they can actually drive and handle a tractor, but with specific training. That's absolutely vital. And making sure really that your children are capable of handling. Also, a lot of people don't realise, but you have to be 7 years old or older before you're allowed to be a passenger in a tractor, and only if there is a passenger seat with a seat belt. When Agri goes in to do a workshop, especially around tractors, we're very adamant on explaining to the children what the different signs mean. So a yellow sign is a warning sign, a blue sign is mandatory, it has to be done. And on many tractors we do tend to have a lot of these particular coloured signs to let children know, and all operators know, what's mandatory and what are the things we have to look out for. A lot of people feel that farm safety, it costs money, it costs time, it needs more people. But there's things that we can all do to make our farms a safer place, and it's very important that we lead by example. Keeping the seatbelts on, you're creating an immediately survivable situation by putting on a seatbelt. So remind your children, they do it when they get into a car. Let's make sure we apply the same principle in our tractors. I remind the children also about the blind spots on tractors. These are the areas that you cannot be seen. Our tractors are bigger now. The wheels are bigger. We might have consoles and tools and equipment here that are making it very difficult for us to see. So we would always remind children that the closer you are to the tractor, the least likely I can see you. And if the doors are closed, if radio is on, aircon, anything like that, I won't be able to hear you either. So it's really, really vitally important that they understand the scale and the power of these machines and the pitfalls when it comes to blind spots. The other thing we like to talk about is very simple in terms of our tractor checklist, making sure we have our mirrors in place and in situ, all our windows are clean, our beacon is up there and it's working away as well to let other road users know, and that also our engine, etc. We're going to be getting ready for harvest very, very soon. So it's absolutely vital that when we start the harvest that our tractors are ready to go. So now is the time to make sure our engines, etc., are working well. This doesn't have to be rocket science. A lot of the area around farm safety is very specific to your own farm. So have a look around the type of farm that you have, identify where the hazards are, and use it as an opportunity to help educate, teach and empower your own children around the areas that they need to watch out for on a farm. But most importantly, explain why. When you tell them why they can't go to a certain place, they absolutely not only believe that, but it creates in them a sense of appreciation for farm and farm life, and will also in the future make them, I suppose, instinctively much safer farmers.